Roots of Country is a landmark event inspired by a special edition of Life magazine commemorating the first 100 years of country music in words and pictures.
Tonight, join country music's brightest stars to celebrate the rebirth of an American landmark.
Let it go, boys! We got a brush off a meeting at our brand new church. Brand new church, brand new church.
When you thought of Nashville, you thought of the Ryman Auditorium.
Just the crown jewel of country music.
It's almost like a marvelous guitar that gives off a great tone. It's just a great voice launcher.
It's the greatest sound of any building I've ever worked.
Well, it's the same old building, but a brand new church. Brand new church, brand new church.
The Ryman Auditorium with all the wood, with the ambience of the place, with the spirit of the place, it was like one of the members of the band.
The first thing I thought about when I heard it was being renovated was I just pictured shows being performed there again.
It really does mean something that great music was made there. It means something that Hank Williams stood on that stage. And I think that the spirit of what happened there is still in that place.
You have to honor the past. You have to honor where this music comes from.
Well, I think it's important for traditions to continue because that's what America is all about.
Down in a brand new church.
There's just certain things in Nashville that give you chill bumps. And as an artist, walking into the Ryman will definitely give you chill bumps.
Deep inside my heart, this is the place I love, the Ryman.
The Ryman being renovated and this building being reborn is enough for anybody to celebrate. I mean, let's have a party.
But you pretend that nothing's changed at all. Well, I've got just one thing to ask you, if it's so. Just take your memory with you when you go. So I won't have to think about the lonely nights I'll be without someone to hold.
Who says you can't go home again? It's a great pleasure to welcome you to a very special night for country music. We're here to celebrate our roots and raise the roof with friends old and new here at the historic reopening of Nashville's mother church, the Ryman Auditorium.
It was on the stage of the Ryman, the very first time that I saw any of these performers.
I mean, I can't walk in the building without feeling emotional.
I hate when I hear about old buildings, any old buildings going down. You know, that's what I love about Europe and England. They they keep those great old buildings.
There was some talk about demolishing it and just tearing it down and that sort of thing. And I'm just so glad to see that that's not happening.
It's just the sense of it. I don't know. I think every song that's ever been sung is still here.
In 1885, Nashville was the Athens of the South, a vibrant community just beginning to realize her potential. About this time, riverboat captain Thomas Ryman went to a revival show with his friends, mainly to poke fun at the fiery evangelist Reverend Sam Jones, who felt Nashville had a lot to answer for: gambling, loose women, whiskey, and in his words, the most corrupting thing this side of hell, baseball. Thomas Ryman left a changed man. He promised the Reverend Jones he'd build a tabernacle for him to preach in. 7 years and tons of red brick later, the Union Gospel Tabernacle opened its doors. And before long, there was more than preaching going on.
You could crowd into these wooden pews to see the Nashville Symphony, hear lectures by educator Booker T. Washington, and listen in wonder to the Metropolitan Opera's presentation of Carmen. Political debates, magic shows, and stage plays all came to the Tabernacle. When Captain Ryman died in 1904, the building he had raised to help save souls had become a showcase for the arts. And from that day forward, the Union Gospel Tabernacle was known as the Ryman Auditorium.
It's like playing inside of a big bass fiddle or something. It's all wood, it's all acoustic. You don't have to holler and scream there. The louder you play, the worse you sound.
The old Ryman had such beautiful acoustics, you hardly needed a microphone at all for anybody in the house. Any seat there could hear you.
It's the kind of environment that was made to project voice.
Now, a song can lift a weary spirit and soothe a troubled soul. It can make a joyful noise of celebration. Here with the classic, The Wings of a Dove, is one of the opera's newest and finest singer-songwriters with one of America's best Southern gospel groups, Hal Ketchum and Jerry and Tammy Sullivan. On the wings of a snow white dove, he sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, the wings of a dove. Troubles surround us when evils come. Body grows weak, spirit grows numb, These things beset us, He won't forget us. He sends down His when Jesus went down to the water that day, He was baptized. He was baptized in the usual way. When it was done, God blessed His Son. He sent down His love, on the wings of a dove. It was a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. Wings of a dove.
Reason found itself the owner of a radio station whose call letters would soon become famous across most of America, WSM, which stood for their slogan, "We Shield Millions." WSM launched a barn dance show, Saturday Night Barn Dance, that presented gospel, quartets, and string bands, jug bands, hillbilly performers from all across the South. WSM hired an announcer down from Chicago, George D. Hay, the solemn old judge.
Well, he'd give you the introduction, then he'd put that whistle on, whoop, let her go, boys.
By 1927, the barn dance had gotten its name from George D. Hay. He called it the Grand Ole Opry. Fans crowded into the tiny studio at WSM to watch the regulars like Uncle Dave Macon and the great harmonica player DeFord Bailey, who can make his harmonica sound like a railroad steam engine. The tremendous demand for tickets forced the show to move to a series of larger theaters and auditoriums. In 1941 or 1942, depending on who you talk to, the Opry finally found a home it was comfortable in, the Ryman Auditorium. And they came here Saturday nights, summer and winter, to see Roy Acuff,
Came down from Birmingham on the Wabash Cannonball.
Little Jimmy Dickens, Rod Brassfield, and you could see Minnie Pearl and Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
I'll never forget that morning day when Uncle was called away.
I was such a fan of Bill Monroe. He was my hero, he and Roy Acuff. And when I was a kid at home in Missouri plowing in the fields, I would pretend I was them.
The biggest entertainment for us was Saturday night in the Grand Ole Opry.
You could go up on the top of this hill in Duncan in Oklahoma, and you could pick it up. And I didn't know I've said this before, but I didn't know for years until I moved to Nashville that the Opry didn't have static on it.
When you come in the back of the Grand Ole Opry, you would hear Roy Acuff and Bill Monroe and all of them in their dressing room playing their music, the bluegrass stuff, and it was great. And the girls, we didn't have a dressing room. We had to go in the bathroom to dress.
Organized pandemonium is how we described it. You just wouldn't believe how cluttered it was and how many people there would be at just one dressing room.
In those days, we were working every day, almost, and we didn't need that much rehearsing, so it didn't take long to get ready.
First time I heard Earl Scruggs, it obviously changed my life. Bluegrass music, to me, would not be the sound that it is today without Earl Scruggs.
I stand on the corner with a low-down blues, great big hole in the bottom of my shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Now look here, son, I know you run down stocking in a white shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Down in the wild, sitting on a log, finger on the trigger, and eye on the hog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, but I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Oh, let me be your salty dog, but I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog.
I've always liked the singers that testify, you know. And I always wanted to do that because it feels like that's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, my God called me this morning. Melody. Well, my God called me this morning. Just a little while before day.
The thing that I never take my eyes off of about the Ryman is that phrase, the mother church of country music.
Most people that sing country music begin singing in church, like Johnny Cash.
When I was a kid growing up in Northeast Arkansas, I listened to country music shows, to live shows, also listened to black gospel and blues.
And gospel music and country music to me are just about one and the same.
Oh, my God called me this morning just a little while before day.
The Ryman stage, like country music itself, has always been the place where the paths of diverse musical styles have crossed and influenced each other. Conway Twitty grew up listening to the Grand Ole Opry, but his musical journey would take him from rockabilly to rock and roll and back to country. And it all began with his first #1 song. To sing it, his friend, soul legend Sam Moore.
People see us everywhere. They think you really care. But myself I can't deceive. It's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you can. Our hopes and dreams come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you care for me, but it's only make my hopes and dreams come true. My life I'll give to you. My heart's a wedding ring. My all, my everything. Listen, my heart I can't control. You are my very soul. My only prayer will be someday you care for me, but no one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you care for me, but it's
Generations were brought together, a clan who took the stage each night to play for their distant cousins out in the heartland. And in a sense, the Ryman became a real home. Courtships, marriages, the birth of children, and divorces played out backstage, and fast friendships were forged and nurtured over decades.
It was very confusing to an outsider to see all of the joke telling and all of the camaraderie and everything that goes on backstage. Mass confusion.
If you needed a guitar picker or something, you could holler backstage and somebody'd come out and pick with you, you know. It is that way then.
My mother and father met at the Opry, and my father's Carl Smith, and my mom fell in love with him, and I mean, I wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for the Ryman and them meeting each other there.
You walk in the place, you feel like you're home, you know, it's comfortable. You know, your friends are here.
There was a real sense of family backstage at the Opry when it was at the Ryman Auditorium, and there's a real sense of family even now.
You come to tell me something. You say I ought to know that he don't love me anymore,
take my man. Women like you, the dime a dozen, you can buy 'em anywhere. For you to get to him, I have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get it out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. No, you ain't woman enough to take my
In the late 1930s, a new musical style snaked out of 1,000 smoky bar rooms and made its way onto our radios and phonograph players. It wasn't exactly church music. In fact, it celebrated earthly pleasures and suffered a mortal's pain. By 1945, Honky Tonk was ready for the arrival of one man. His name was Hank Williams.
He was Shakespeare with a pencil and a piece of paper. Why can't I free a doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? That's strong. That's America.
People could relate to he was singing everybody's song, I think, and everybody could identify with Hank.
He was such a country man. And when he walked out to that microphone, it was like an old boy walking across new ground. Well, when he got there, he fell into that slump, and he sang the Lovesick Blues, and buddy, them people just went wild.
I believe Hank Williams would think Alan Jackson was the greatest thing that ever came along.
It's my pleasure to welcome two gentlemen from Hank Williams' original band, the Drifting Cowboys. Don Helms on the steel guitar, Mr. Jerry Rivers playing the fiddle. Well, kick her off, boys.
I got a feeling called the blues, oh Lord, since my baby said goodbye. Lord, I don't know what'll do. All I do is sit and sigh. Oh Lord, the last long day she said goodbye. Well, Lord, I thought I would die. She'll do me, she'll do you. She's got that kind of loving. Lord, I love to hear when she called me sweet daddy. Such a beautiful dream. I hate to think it's all over. She broke my heart, it seems. Well, I've grown so used to you somehow. But I'm nobody's sugar daddy now, and I'm lonesome. I got the lovesick blues. Well, I'm in love with a beautiful gal. That's what's the matter with me. I'm in love with a beautiful gal. She don't care about me. Lord, I tried and I tried to keep her satisfied, but she just wouldn't stay. And just when she was leaving, this is all I could say. I got a feeling called the blues, oh Lord, since my baby said goodbye. Lord, I don't know what'll do. All I do is sit and sigh. Oh Lord, the last long day she said goodbye. Well, Lord, I thought I would die. She'll do me, she'll do you. She's got that kind of loving. Lord, I love to hear when she called me sweet daddy. Such a beautiful dream. I hate to think it's all over. She broke my heart, it seems. Well, I've grown so used to you somehow. But I'm nobody's sugar daddy now, and I'm lonesome. I got the lovesick blues.
It's 1955. Do you know where your kids are?
Well, they're out dancing to the untamed sound of traditional country on a collision course with rhythm and blues. Trouble? Yeah, by the name of rockabilly.
Yes, I did. I brought that rockabilly beat to the Opry, and the Opry reluctantly let me bring it. I was one of those Memphis long-haired rockabillys.
Rockabilly music, I think, definitely stemmed from country music.
It was really new, really fresh. It was almost like a new style of music in a sense that it was being, these guys were pushing the boundaries all the time back then. They were kind of making it up as they were going along, and that's what gave it an energy.
I loved the Memphis music. I loved rockabilly. I thought Carl Perkins hung the moon, still do.
Lord, I'm sitting here wondering what the matchbox holding my clothes. Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering what the matchbox holding my clothes. I ain't got no matches, but I got a long way to go. Yes, I'm an old boy, and I'm a long way from home. I'm an old boy, I'm a long way from home. I want her to be happy, everything you do is wrong.
Let me be your little dog till you beg down comes. Let me be your little dog till you beg down comes. When that big dog gets you a show, what does the little puppy do? When I'm sitting here moaning on the matchbox, I hold my clothes. Yeah, when I'm sitting here moaning on the matchbox, I hold my clothes. I ain't got no magic, but I got a long way to go, go, go.
I'm sitting here wondering what the matchbox holding my clothes. Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering what the matchbox holding my clothes. I ain't got no matches, but I got a long way to go. Come on and drive.
In the 1960s, the finest instruments in Nashville were human voices. Stirring, emotional vocals combined with strings were the heart of the Nashville sound. This innovative approach took country music in a new direction and established the careers of Brenda Lee, Patsy Cline, Jim Reeves, Marty Robbins, and Eddie Arnold.
I remember when Patsy Cline, she had Crazy out, and she got 3 standing ovations. She was like a big sister, a great friend. It was one of the most awful feelings when I lost her.
Today, artists still look to these great stylists for the soulful link between the past and the future.
Make the world go away. off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say, and make the world make it go away. Do you remember when you loved me? Before the world took me astray. Just say you do and forgive me, and make the world make it go away. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'll make it up day by day. Just say you love me like you used to, and make the world make it go away. Make the world go away, and get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say, and make the world make it go away. Say the things you used to say, and make the world make it go away.
Thank you.
Well, I would say Chet Atkins was probably the first guy that I ever really paid attention to as a guitar player. I was really young.
My dad really turned me on to it. When I was a kid in Indiana, my dad had all of his albums, and I used to sit and try to imitate Chet's playing, you know, by the stereo.
And watching Skeeter Davis, because my favorite song at that time was Don't They Know It's the End of the World? And she came out one night when we were there at the Opry and sang that song. And I remember walking down the corrals back in Oklahoma singing that song just as loud as I could.
Don't they know
Encourage a country kid to listen to the blues, and you might end up with a Bob Wills, a Winona, or maybe even a Leroy Parnell. Country music is a mixed bag. Turn your radio on, and you'll hear everything from Cajun to Zydeco, Tex-Mex to Delta blues. To show you what I'm talking about, we got a song for you with a rock edge, a deep groove built on a firm country foundation. To help me to do this, I'm going to bring back my buddy Marty Stuart, and join us is a Texas home wrecker and a heartbreaker, Brother Delvin McClinton.
Pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half-past dead. Just needs a place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? Just grinned, he shook my hand, and no was all he said. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Hey, you put the load right on, right on. Go down, Moses. There's nothing that you can't say. That's just old news, and he's waiting on a judgment day. Hey, to my friend, what about young Anna Lee? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep family company? Take a load off Annie, take a load for free. Take a load off Annie, and you put the load right on, right on. Crazy Chester found me, and he caught me in the fall. He said, I'll fix you right if you keep checking my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a busy man. I said, that's okay, boy, just beat him when you can. Take a load off Annie, take a load for free. Take a load off Annie, and you put the load right on, right on.
It was 1974, and it was time to go. The Grand Ole Opry was leaving its home at the Ryman Auditorium after 33 years. It was the end of an era. We saw what saying goodbye meant in the long line of fans that stretched for blocks and in the tears of Minnie Pearl.
The last night at the Grand Ole Opry, there was a little sense of, will it ever be the same?
I was there the last night that everyone gathered around, and my grandmother sang, will the circle be unbroken? And I sang with everyone else.
We asked that the circle be unbroken, hoping it would carry us through our sadness and serve as a prayer for the Ryman's uncertain future. We watched as the signs came down and the doors were locked, and the Ryman fell silent.
In my grandma's house, our children would sing, guitars would twang and their laughter would ring. I was little, but I was the biggest kid. I wanted to do what the grown-ups did. And if I could change a thing in this world, I'd go back to the days of Grandma and her girls, sweet and low, for me and the you. Then in this world I go back to the days when Grandma and her girls singing sweet and low. For me and the wildwood rose. For me and the wildwood rose. Hey, oh.
Coming up. For nearly 20 years after the music stopped, the Ryman served as a museum for tourists. I first set foot on this stage when I was 19 and one of those tourists, and every hair on my body stood on end. Some people wanted to tear her down and put up a parking lot, and some thought she was unsafe. She was old and in need of repair, but there was something charmed about her that kept her from the wrecker's ball. Luckily, clearer heads and purer hearts prevailed, and her restoration was set in motion. $8.5 million went into restoring this beautiful building to her original splendor. Once again, yes. Once again, she'll provide a place for the arts to come to life. Tonight, the Ryman Auditorium stands with her doors open wide like a proud mother welcoming her children. Thank you for joining us on this, the first night of the rest of her life. It's good to be home.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Wiggerville, Alabama, my friends Jerry and Tammy Sullivan. This gentleman here made his debut on the Grand Ole Opry in October of 1939, and in 54 years, you've been late how many times?
I was late 3 times out of 54 years.
That ain't bad. Would you welcome Mr. Bill Monroe, the father of bluegrass music? Hey!
We got a rush hour, a meeting at our